This is the story of Jonah, a prophet who ran from God, got overthrown from a ship in raging storm, and swallowed by a whale. The book of Jonah begins with a clear and direct command from God. The Lord speaks to Jonah, son of Amittai. Go to Nineveh, that great city, and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. Nineveh was infamous, a city of cruelty, violence, and arrogance, feared by surrounding nations. God's call was not simply to deliver a message. It was to confront one of the most powerful and corrupt empires of the time. But Jonah, instead of obeying, chooses rebellion. He does not argue with God, nor does he ask for clarification. He simply turns away. Jonah heads down to Joppa, finds a ship bound for Tarshish, and a destination in the opposite direction, and pays the fare. His intent is clear, to flee from the presence of the Lord. Yet no one can outrun God. As the ship sails into the open waters, the Lord hurls a great wind upon the sea. The storm grows fierce. Waves crash against the vessel, and the sailors are terrified. Each cries out to his own God, desperate for deliverance. They throw cargo overboard to lighten the ship, but nothing helps. Meanwhile, Jonah is asleep below deck. The captain shakes him awake. How can you sleep? Get up and call on your God. Maybe he will take notice of us. The sailors cast lots to discover who is responsible for this calamity, and the lot falls on Jonah. They demand answers. Tell us, who is responsible for making all this trouble for us? What is your country? Jonah replies, I am a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. And the sailors are horrified. Jonah admits his guilt. He is running from the Lord. The storm grows worse. Jonah tells them, pick me up and throw me into the sea, and it will become calm. I know that it is my fault. The sailors hesitate. They row hard to bring the ship back to land, but the sea grows even wilder. Finally, with fear and reverence, they pray, Lord, do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man. They lift Jonah and cast him into the raging waters. Instantly, the storm ceases. The sea grows calm. The sailors, overwhelmed by the power of the Lord, offer sacrifice and vows to him. Jonah sinks beneath the waves. Yet even here, God's plan is unfolding. Jonah does not drown. The Lord prepares a great whale. Jonah is swallowed whole. For 3 days and 3 nights, he remains in the belly of the creature, alive but trapped. Inside the whale, Jonah prays. His words are a mixture of desperation, repentance, and thanksgiving. He recalls the terror. The engulfing waters threatened me. The deep surrounded me. Seaweed was wrapped around my head. He remembers crying out to God in my distress. I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead, I called for help, and you listened to my cry. Jonah acknowledges that salvation belongs to the Lord. He recognizes that idols are worthless. He declares, but I, with shouts of grateful praise, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed, I will make good. I will say, salvation comes from the Lord. This prayer is not just a cry for rescue, it is a turning point. Jonah, who fled from God's presence, now seeks him in the depths. He realizes that even in the darkest place, God hears. The Lord commands the fish, and it vomits Jonah onto dry land. Jonah stands once more in the light of day. His life has been spared, but his mission remains. The word of the Lord comes to Jonah a second time. Go to Nineveh, that great city, and proclaim to it the message I give you. This time Jonah obeys. He travels to Nineveh, a city so vast it takes 3 days to cross. As he enters, he hears the voice of the Lord. He proclaims 40 more days, and Nineveh will be overthrown. The message is simple, stark, and urgent, yet it pierces the hearts of the people. From the greatest to the least, they believe God. They declare a fast and put on sackcloth, symbols of mourning and repentance. The news reaches the king of Nineveh. He rises from his throne, removes his royal robes, covers himself with sackcloth, and sits in ashes. He issues a decree. Do not let people or animals, herds or flocks, taste anything. Do not let them eat or drink, but let people and animals be covered with sackcloth. Let everyone call urgently on God. Let them give up their evil ways and their violence. Who knows? God may yet relent and with compassion turn from his fierce anger, so that we will not perish. The entire city humbles itself before God, and God sees. He sees their repentance, their torment. He sees their turning from evil, their cries for mercy. He relents. He does not bring upon them the destruction he had threatened. Nineveh, once destined for ruin, is spared by the compassion of the Lord. But Jonah is not pleased. He is angry that God has shown mercy. He prays, "Isn't this what I said, Lord, when I was still at home?" That is why I tried to forestall by fleeing to Tarshish. I knew that you are a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abounding in love, a God who relents. Now, Lord, take away my life, for it is better for me to die than to live. Jonah wanted judgment. He wanted Nineveh destroyed. But God's mercy has triumphed, and Jonah cannot accept it. The Lord asks, "Is it right for you to be angry?" Jonah does not answer. He leaves the city and sits east of it, building a shelter to watch what will happen. God provides a leafy plant to give Jonah shade, and Jonah is glad. But the next day, God sends a worm to chew the plant, and it withers. The sun rises, and God sends a scorching east wind. Jonah grows faint and wishes for death. God speaks, "Is it right for you to be angry about the plant?" Jonah replies, "It is, and I'm so angry I wish I were dead." The Lord answers, "You have been concerned about this plant, though you did not tend it or make it grow. It sprang up overnight and died overnight. And should I not have concern for the great city of Nineveh, in which there are more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left?" The book ends here with God's question lingering. Jonah's anger contrasts with God's compassion. The lesson is clear. God's mercy extends beyond Israel, beyond Jonah's expectations to all nations, even to enemies. His love is greater than human wrath, his compassion wider than human prejudice. Jonah's story is not just about a prophet and a fish. It is about the God who pursues us when we run. It is a story of rebellion, repentance, and redemption, and above all, a compassion that knows no bounds. Psalm 139. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depth, you are there. Joel 2. Return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and abounding in love, and he relents from sending calamity. Psalm 103. As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him.